I wanted to share with you what happened to me last week. It was time of my nephew's wake, and I had to go pick up my parents at their house. And as soon as I got there, the health aide was telling me that my dad didn't look so well, and he was complaining of dizziness. And when I asked him how he was feeling, he said, "Oh, I'm okay." So we ended up going to the wake, and I dropped him off. And actually, the original plan was for me to go back home with Christian, my son, who was supposed to come for that wake and funeral, but the airline actually canceled his flight at the last moment, so he couldn't come. So because Christian wasn't with me, I decided to sleep over at my parents' house, because the very next day was going to be the actual funeral, and going back to Poughkeepsie from Little Neck takes 2 hours there and back. So when I went home, though, the first thing I realized that the garage door was wide open and something didn't seem right. And as soon as I got in, my dad told me, I don't feel right. My head feels dizzy and my left arm feels funny. So immediately I called my daughter, Victoria, who's a doctor, and she said, "Take him immediately to the emergency room." And so I did, and he had a stroke, and thank God that it was a very mild stroke, and that the hospital was very close by. But mostly I'm just so thankful of the way things that worked out, that I was able to catch it that night instead of letting it go till the following day. And it was through these circumstances that at the time I was kind of not happy about, but we realized in hindsight that God was working things out for our family's behalf. So this is the verse that I wanted to share with you. "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Our next moments are not promised to us, and who knows what will happen. But I know no matter what, God is watching over us, and He's blessing us and giving us all His protection and grace, and He does that for you as well. And with that, I love you all. God bless you, and see you next time.